Welcome to Above the Garage.
Hi, friends. Welcome to our discussion of Season 2, Episode 7 of Your Friends and Neighbors. Let's do our round of introductions and dive in.
Hi, I'm Aubrey.
Hi, I'm Melissa.
Hi, I'm Kimberly.
And I'm Kate. This one opens with the signing of all the Excelsior docs. They're officially in. Coop's visibly hesitant, though, even before he rejects Elena's call, and even before he sees the ghost of his father in the room, judging him silently. And then he's out, driving again, looking miserable while he does it again.
I just can't see it ending very well, but we'll see, I guess.
I know. Isn't it fairly impossible to imagine a happy ending for him after this episode?
Yeah.
Unless he works with the FBI, but I was surprised when he
That's a good idea.
threatened that to them. Yeah, but he already said it to them.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. It kind of steals the glory of that plot line or him getting away with it, that he's already threatened it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't see a good ending for Coop.
No.
Not at all.
So sad.
He's screwed.
Yeah. Back home, he finally picks up Elena's call, who immediately calls him out on his lies about being busy, since she happens to be standing like 10 feet away outside the door staring at him, while he's doing absolutely nothing in his dark kitchen. She's got a lead on a new house, which will be unoccupied all weekend. And here's where Coop finally comes clean to her about the Ash situation. Some bougie blackmail. Good summary, Elena. She summarizes her problems too, Chivo, the bail money, and they bond over being pissed at Barney and Nick and basically all things Ash.
I loved in that scene where he found the snack and he's like, ooh, like he like grabs the snack. And then I also like when she just like opened the fridge and helped herself to the beer, and like Jon Hamm's just like he moves his arm out, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like it was good.
I'm like, come on, you don't care. Yeah, it was funny.
We need more scenes of them together, kind of like
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, this is great. We get to see them together finally, and it's the only scene that she has the entire episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only that, but this scene had the trifecta of everything I've been missing on the show, which was Jon Hamm watching an old movie, Elena showing up, and the promise of another heist.
Yes.
And none of those things went beyond this scene, and I was very upset. Yeah.
Right. It was so anticlimactic.
I've got a feeling maybe to integrate her more into the show that maybe she could help him like uncover Ash's like
Yeah, that's a good idea. Somehow investigate him.
yeah.
I mean, it's either that or she has to do this house on her own this weekend that she's found, and that's dumb and not going to work out. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just disappointing that, yeah, there's no heists at all this season. And I mean, sorry, there was, Ashes. And there's no Elena. And how many episodes are left? Is it 10 episodes?
Mhm.
3, yeah.
Three more after this.
So
Yeah.
3 more is all we could possibly get out of her storyline. And you'd have to dive in quickly,
Yeah.
There's a lot more going on that they have to disentangle on the other storylines. So I'm disappointed by that. But
Yeah. Referencing the movie that he was watching, though, I always call John into the room when that happens, and it had been a while, and I called him out, and that movie has like one line that you hear and maybe 5 seconds of footage. And he said, Shadow of a Doubt. And we Googled it, and he was right. So
that's amazing, John.
I would just like to formally applaud his
movie knowledge.
His movie knowledge.
That's amazing. Like, truly. How has he even seen them all, much less recall them from that degree of nothingness?
Right. To be fair, I've seen most of it. Like, I'd seen that movie, but I wouldn't have been able to call it that fast like that.
Right. That's amazing. Very impressed.
Yeah.
There's got to be some way to make money off that talent.
Right?
You got to find
a game
it.
show or something.
Yeah.
I really liked Elena and Coop's dialogue exchange too, where she says, "What's he making you do about Ash?" And then he says, "It's complicated." And then she says, "Let's pretend I'm as smart as you are."
Oh, yeah.
It's very good delivery. They have really good banter. I really like their banter.
Yes. Also, his look back at her, too. Like, his looks are great. They say a lot.
Yeah. And then when he says, "I need that money as much as you do," and I'm like,
"Oh, fuck you."
Honey, you have like a car in your driveway that could pay for her life for a year. Like,
Right,
what are you talking about?
Yeah. No, that's not a cool sentence, sir.
Elena, when she asks Coop if he was really okay about his dad's death, like she kind of asks him, "Are you okay?" And then he says yes. And then she's like, "Are you really?" And then he said, "I don't know."
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, that's kind of been a thing I've noticed about his character, is that people keep calling him emotionally unavailable, which I get that that's a factor for sure in his relationships. But I feel like maybe it's with romantic partners that he's more like that. And with friends, he's a little bit more vulnerable and open or something. Because I just thought it was interesting that he even admitted that he doesn't know to Elena in that scene. Like,
Right.
I don't know what I'm feeling, but I'm going to tell you that I don't know, you know?
Right.
I like that about his character.
Yeah, I agree. I'm trying to remember how he was with like Sam last season. I feel like he could have been more honest with her too. I don't know. I don't think of him as particularly emotionally unavailable in comparison to other men in television shows or this show.
Right, Sam. But they've said that a few times, and like
Yeah.
Sam says that later in this episode. And I was having the same thing, Kate. Like I was trying to remember what about their relationship made her feel that way. And I remember there were some things where she like wanted him to stay over and he acted a little weird about it. But it was like I remember always thinking in those moments that she was being a little bit like unfair maybe in the way that she was jumping on something that wasn't really what he was saying, especially given their relationship was like fairly casual, it seems like.
Right. Coop's picking up Hunter for the weekend in the Hamptons with the Ashes, and Mel admits Hunter's probably playing well out of his league trying to date Delilah. Mel promises to keep an eye on Allie for Coop right before casually mentioning his child support wire didn't come through this month. She's nice about it, but this seems to be news to Coop. And then Hunter appears and they leave Mel alone to her passive-aggressive war with their neighbors and weird non-thing with their project manager, Miguel. I can't even tell if they're like flirting or like more an extension of the passive aggression of the neighbors.
True. I'm like, just go for it if you want it.
Yeah, I fully agree. I mean, they must, because there were multiple looks this episode. I hope something comes of it at least. Maybe not after how the episode ends.
I don't see that possibility anymore.
Yeah. Right. Oops.
Very randomly, I just was fixated on the fact that Mel is wearing this cream sweater with white pants.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Like, just first of all, we just noticed that in general.
Yeah, I don't like the cream on white myself.
I don't
but
either.
yes.
Yeah. But then when they got to the Hamptons, Ash was wearing the same outfit. He was wearing a cream sweater and white pants.
Oh, I didn't.
Y'all coordinated.
I didn't notice it as much then. Yeah, that's interesting. I did notice a lot of white. We'll get to that. But of course, they're taking a helicopter to the Hamptons. Barney's brought his pregnant wife, much to Nick's excitement. Coop asks Barney about the child support. Apparently, all his money is frozen until this audit is over, which doesn't even matter because Barney is convinced they're going to be murdered this weekend anyway. Nice of him to bring his pregnant wife in that case. And Barney has just one request for Coop this weekend. Can he just keep his hands to himself and not steal anything? Which I think he actually manages to do. Unless you count the car he left in.
Which I'm really disappointed about again. Like, just grab something, man.
Our only wish is for you to grab something. Steal one thing.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's too bad the detour the show took. Those were fun.
I did like Jon Hamm's gesture when he did the double birds, like walking backwards towards the helicopter.
Oh, like stoop down, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, is he stooping down because he's so tall that actually like the helicopter blades might be right at the top of his head?
Maybe it's just the wind. Yeah, I don't know. He probably is really tall, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Do you know how tall?
I would assume he's way over 6 feet, but let's just look it up. Jon Hamm height. Doesn't matter, but he is 6'1". Okay, that's actually not as tall as I thought he was.
That is not as tall as I thought. Yeah. Dave's taller than him.
I want to say something that is very, I think I had said it in the previous recording, in the episode 5, but I will say it again because bears repeating. Something that keeps bothering me a lot is that Owen's excessive snobbery.
Yeah, excessive snobbery. Yeah.
Yeah, but the word snob is like perfect for Owen.
Yes.
I think the last time I said that bothered me really Nick's wealthy.
Yeah, Nick's obnoxious about it.
Yeah, in this case, like the helicopter.
Yeah.
The house, the Hampton house.
Yeah.
They build it again. Why?
And it's way uglier. It's so ugly. Well, I have a note about that, but yeah.
He's really flaunting, showing off arrogantly.
Showing off exactly
what he has. Yeah.
Right. That's $25,000 vodka, all of it. It's stupid.
Right. Like, why are you telling us that? Because you just want us to feel like,
right.
You've got the money to throw around on this.
Exactly. He's showing off all the time. It's exhausting and it's
ostentatious. It's a good word for him.
That is a good word. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't consider Nick a snob
Yeah.
because, in my opinion, he shows lack of good taste.
Yeah.
You get my point.
It's a better insult. I like it.
He's also kind of turned into sort of comic relief this season because he doesn't have the relationship with Mel, which is fun. I kind of like what they're doing with him this season. It's just, it seems like it would be fun for the actor to just be able to show up in scenes like that and play around with it a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
But yes, I wanted to talk about his house. Ash's Hampton's compound is even uglier than I would ever have imagined. And it's not just that, but he actually tore down a beautiful home whose design actually fit the neighborhood in order to build this monstrosity. Dunes be damned.
Yeah, he clearly doesn't care about the wildlife at all. And he's like shooting a deer later.
Right. And like throwing the deer in this truck with a bunch of like ferns and plants. And it's just very clear, how much he cares about the environment.
I literally had to close my eyes when they dumped the deer back there because of the way they were so callous about it.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
But yeah, I actually like don't hate his house, but it's so wrong for the place that it's in.
Yeah, I think that's what I mean. In a different neighborhood, it would fit and it would be fine. And I wouldn't feel the way that I did, but like seeing what it was before and then, I don't know. I did not love it.
And like Melissa said, it's snobby and arrogant to even have done that, to even be like,
right, exactly.
I'm going to buy this property that's millions and millions of dollars just so I can destroy it and start over and do my own thing that's going to be better because it's mine, you know?
Yeah. We have one friend with a house in the Hamptons. And it's funny because it's exactly the same color scheme inside. It's like all white. And I remember this because my period had just started when I got there for the first time. And like, that's all I could think about as I'm like staring at all the white couches.
Nightmare.
Yeah, it was just very funny to me. So when they walked in this house and it was white and the house in the Hamptons, I was like, I feel this. But it's a beautiful area, like gorgeous. I totally get why rich people want to summer there. It's really nice. Sam's real awkward around Coop, as people are when dealing with a parent's death, or also when they've previously fucked and framed their partner in said conversations. Luckily, Ash swoops in to put an end to that conversational torture and announces his latest new method of torture. The audit is over, and he's basically taking over all aspects of Nick's whole company. Barney tries to protest before Ash shuts him down easily, though assuring him at the same time it's all Barney's show as he does it. That's what we were talking about in a previous discussion, that it was more than the extent of like the audit. It was just like the presumption that he could have all the account like usernames and passwords. And I don't know, it just felt like he was taking fully over.
And he's essentially saying in this scene, with the amount of money I'm giving you, with the weight that I'm pushing around in your business, I can do whatever I want, and you should be happy for me to do whatever I want. Because like that's exactly the problem. If somebody gives you, what is it, $30 million? Like
they're taking full control. Is that worth it?
Yeah.
Also, $30 million still doesn't sound like that much to me.
It doesn't.
Like it sounds like a lot to me in my life.
It's like chump change for Ash anyway.
Yeah, but like, how much does a gym cost?
I think I support Barney in like pointing out the difference between control and transparency, because I think it's important to say it out loud, like, hey, dude, don't try to mess with us, you know?
Yeah.
You're out of line.
Yeah.
But I'm still annoyed by how naive Nick is being with all of the money.
Yeah.
I think at some point he was like, okay, no, wait, this is my legacy.
Yeah.
You know, like I need to protect my legacy for my family.
Which he starts to say, and then he backtracks on it.
Exactly. So that baffled me a lot. That back and forth between what he really wanted to say and
that he couldn't resist the 30 mil.
Yeah, like.
But Nick's an idiot, and like, I don't care if he loses his businesses and his legacy. No, that's rude. But he does drive me like a little bit crazy. His whole personality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and like what Melissa just was saying about Barney, it's really interesting to have his character in that position in this show in these last few episodes, because he keeps being right even though he's doing it for selfish reasons.
Yeah, yes. I made note of that. Absolutely.
I think Barney has clear view. He can see everything, like everyone and everything what happens clearly.
Yeah.
And that's good. I don't know, I feel really good with that.
Yeah, you need someone like that. Right.
Yeah. Which probably makes him really good at his job normally, because that's what, you know, he's helping people manage their finances. So he has to have that savviness in that area.
Right. Well, it's funny that we were more on board with him using Nick's gym to launder their money, thinking they'll like treat him with kid gloves and take care of him a little. And now we're just like offended that someone else is stepping in, which lots of people predicted to launder.
I mean, you know, Barney, to an extent, Barney and Coop had Nick's back, which is weird to say.
They would, yeah.
Obviously, he could have gotten in trouble for that. So there's that. But they weren't trying to ruin his business or take over. They were just
adding their business to it.
Yeah.
Quietly.
Yeah. Which he could go to jail for, I guess. But, you know.
No harm done. Business takeover concluded. Ash and Sam make their exit to who knows where. And Nick whips out his phone to call some escorts. Coop opts out of that generous offer, using Hunter as his excuse. Mel's checking in on Allie as promised, who is whispering for the briefly unknown reason that she's actually in her class teaching right now. And I use the word teaching generously here. They're actually just watching Amadeus. There's a movie I recognized. One of the only ones. And after they hang up, Mel takes a second to appreciate Miguel again from across the wall. Second time today before walking off. That's got to go somewhere, right? Even with the porta potty situation in the end. I feel like Miguel can't just fall off the face of the earth, even though I can't imagine him hooking up with her after that.
So wait, why would Miguel care about the porta potty being knocked over?
I don't know. It's just very embarrassing, and he works at the house of the people that hate her.
Okay, I see.
I mean, something has to happen with Miguel, right?
I definitely think so. I mean...
So, he's not going to be bothered by the porta potty situation.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if you want to fuck, you want to fuck, so...
That wouldn't turn you off?
Just make sure they've had a shower.
No. You can never shower that memory off for me.
Yeah. I guess I just feel like, does Miguel care about the people that he's working for? Like, he wouldn't take a side.
I can never tell if he's actually, like, trying to fuck with her. It seems like a little bit, right? Like, parking in the driveway.
I see. Yeah, but didn't he tell the other guy with the truck to move his truck? Like, wasn't it that other guy's truck?
Yeah. I guess they're just attracted to each other. I don't know why I see some sort of aggression there.
No, I get what you're saying, because there is some kind of underlying, like, thing going on where the neighbor has clearly instructed them to be, like...
as obnoxious as possible.
Hostile.
Yeah, hostile. Yeah, perfect. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
We actually, so our neighbors hate us for doing our addition, and our construction workers put the porta potty, like, on their property line. I didn't even know it. I got a call from them. I wasn't even here, and they were, like, angry. Or Dave got a call from them, actually. And then they called the township. I was like, we didn't do that, but I don't know. We did not instruct them to put the porta potty over there. They then moved it.
That is such an escalation. Call the township? Wow.
Oh, it's okay. We had to go through the township we fought each other through the township to get the renovation. It was dumb. Anyway, doesn't matter.
What the hell?
Yeah. Sam's having a moment, a beautiful moment with a deer in the light and landscape right before Ash suddenly shoots it from the roof. What the fuck? That shocked me, as intended. He runs down and tries to defend himself, but Sam can't even get past the gun. She does not like guns, understandably.
That just made me, like, hate him even more. Like, can't come back from that, sorry.
Right.
Bye.
I'd be out of there, for sure.
Yeah, because he's been, like, charming, and despite being clearly sus, I don't know, all fun and games until now, but then you see him kill an animal right after you're, like, admiring it, and they're bonding and all the things. Yeah, I mean, obviously that was the point. He's dangerous.
Yeah.
The entire way that unfolded was so... like, that behavior matched his personality so much. He's literally standing on the glass balcony of his mansion, shooting a deer.
Good
it's just
call.
like, wow, man. From your tower, you're shooting this deer.
That's a very good call. I assume that we're supposed to believe he did not see her out there, because he seems to want to keep her around, but, like, I don't know. Weird thing to do.
Yeah.
Coop and Hunter are walking around town. I did not like Coop's sweater in this scene. It looks okay with the full body shots with, like, the whole outfit, but just the chest with the tightly fitted, like, longer than normal short sleeve sweater. I don't know. It seems to fit in very well in the Hamptons, though.
I'm going to counter it. Thought it was kind of cute.
You loved it? All right. No, good. I'm glad.
I don't know. I wouldn't go loved, but I would go intrigued.
I kind of, like, hated it up close, and then when it showed his whole outfit, I was like, oh, okay, this works. It's fine.
The shorts sold it.
Somehow, which is so weird, because if someone had said there's shorts on the bottom, I would have been like, all right, fuck this. That is egregious. But then I saw it, and it was okay. So, anyway, judging from the passerby with their striped sweaters over shoulders, I'm sure it fits in there, but it was my least favorite of Coop's looks, at least top half. And Hunter's as far removed from the clothing of this land as humanly possible. But they talk about Coop's dad a little and how hard it's hitting Coop, harder than he would have thought. And guess who else is in the Hamptons this weekend? Cricket Birch, all the way over from Greece. Turns out she has a quote-unquote small place in the area. I bet it's small.
I was really disappointed that we didn't get to see her house, actually, that he had to leave.
Yeah.
Go there.
I want to see how small it is. She inquires as to the health of Jack's penis, and Coop assures her he's a cockroach. He's all right. Despite the initial rejection, he pushes hard for Cricket to come to Ash's party tonight. He likes her, and Hunter wants to know more.
I think I like them together, Coop and Cricket.
Yeah, I
I
do too.
like it.
Also, those names sound good together, Coop and Cricket.
That's true. Weird and like very Hamptons-esque, but I like it.
I like how they look together. Like they look cute.
They're very attractive human beings, I agree.
Wouldn't be mad about that sandwich, for sure.
The scary guy, DeMille, simply walks in and cools the room temperature instantly at Ash's house. And Delilah's, for some reason, immediately set off seeing him. I guess this is not her first FBI rodeo, because outside the FBI has landed. Despite Ash's protests, a few of them come in with evidence bags and go out with the equipment they've confiscated, while the party guests discuss the opportune time to get the fuck out. Ash comes back upstairs and swears it's all nothing, of course, routine FBI SWAT. Nobody looks particularly convinced, especially Sam.
I like how Barney's wife was just like, yeah, I could dip out of here in like 5-10 minutes.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad Barney brought his wife. She's the only sensible human there.
Yeah.
I like Grace a lot.
You know what? When I saw the FBI for a second, I thought that maybe Cricket sent it, the FBI,
Oh, I like that.
because she is suspicious of Owen.
Right. She just shows up suddenly. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a feeling that Cricket maybe is like investigating Cooper's closest
Right.
friends and connections, you know?
Because she knew it was suspicious that he wanted in on this fun suddenly, or the guy that screwed him over.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she seems smart, so maybe she can find a solution to his problems.
She seems very smart, yeah.
Allie and Mel are bonding over teenagers making no sense. Allie complaining in the opposite direction than most adults. Teenagers are too responsible now, she thinks, which makes them think of Tori, who they unsuccessfully invite to their hangout, but at least she texts her mom back. Progress. What is the thing Sam's using on her face?
A red light wand.
Yeah. Red
Ah,
light.
I've seen the masks. I didn't know you could just have a wand.
Yeah.
Should get one. So Ash's ex-wife looks a lot like Sam, right?
Yes.
I think there was supposed to be a resemblance, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
especially if they're like standing in front of it. The room with her giant picture has clearly been searched by the FBI in their brief visit, so Sam snoops too. Right when Ash walks in, of course. She asks him for the truth. I thought he said the agent's name was Mulder at first. Alas, it's Mueller.
Literally same, because
Yeah.
my ears are just ready to hear that.
Yeah.
I was like, is he
Mhm.
just blatantly lying to her by saying the FBI agent's name is Mulder? Or and then I realized, no, that's not what he said.
I'm ready for the crossover. Let's do it.
Yeah. And he, of course, paints this guy as the Javert of the situation, unfairly targeting Ash and trying to find anything to pin him with. Finally, Sam asks what he actually ships. Seems like she gets it right on her first-ish guess. Arms dealer.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't help him with the clue from earlier, like the gun and the shooting from the roof.
No.
It was on her mind.
Even the military drones he tries to give to her sons.
Yeah, good call. Idiot. He's a dumb.
I got a feeling that maybe her redemption-y type of arc is
Yeah.
going to be with helping Coop.
Coop. Take him down.
Yes.
That would be great. I would like that for everyone. I want Coop to get off.
Yeah. I think she's going to get a redemption of sorts.
Yes, and I'm okay with her being involved.
Yeah.
To be fair, Owen's ostentation display is like dumb at this point. If the FBI is,
Literally knocking down his door.
yeah, if Mulder is suspicious about his business, I think it's very, like, he's not being clever at all.
Right.
You'd think you'd want to lay low, realistically.
Yeah, he's being ostentatious, as we said. Like, it's dumb.
Even when his business appears legitimate on paper, you know?
Yeah.
But if he's linked to a maritime crime, like,
Yeah.
it's so dumb.
Interpol. Yeah.
Exactly. It's escalating
Yeah.
to something really important.
Yeah, he's fucked. So everybody should get out as their instincts are telling them to, but they're not listening. Nick even is finally worried about Ash, like we discussed earlier. Not worried enough to want out, but worried enough to notice some red flags. He'd like Barney to get more information on the whole Ash story, his businesses, how he makes his money, but he really still wants the 30 mil, so he's still an idiot. And then Grace breaks up the meeting with her naked self. Her, oh Jesus, no, is like so good. It was very funny.
The moment that Barney said to Nick, like, oh, come on in, Grace is just in the shower, I was like, why? No.
See, I didn't notice that moment, so
I think I just noticed that because I'm just like, of course I'm gonna walk out of the bathroom naked.
Right.
I
Yes.
never get dressed in my bathroom because I feel like there's too much moisture happening. Like I need to like
Ew.
air out.
Yeah, I agree.
In the room.
Interesting. I always yell at Dave for not.
I'm in agreement with that, unless I have to.
Yeah.
Unless I have to do it, I won't do it.
If I'm like in public or something and I have no choice, but otherwise in my own house, I do like I go with a towel to my bed. I sit on the edge of the bed and I have like a space out moment where I drip dry.
Yeah, and you sit there for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then you do a podcast.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the podcast, you feel like you're dry.
I'm in a towel right now.
And you put some clothes on.
I'm not. But I could be. It wouldn't be a shocker.
You never know.
We don't know if she's wearing pants, but
We'll never
she
know.
seems to have a shirt on.
Of course I'm not wearing pants.
Ash and his enforcers ambush Coop on the beach after his swim. Not to murder him, as it turns out, or not quickly anyway. Instead, they want him to be their money manager. Very much not a job offer on the up and up, but it would pay a small fortune. Clearly, Coop doesn't want to do this, but as he astutely observes, it is not an offer at all. It's an order. Strangely, Coop briefly threatens he could work with the FBI rather than just like going behind their backs and doing it.
Yeah, which, as you were saying, kind of to me is a flag that the show's not going to go there because they wouldn't state it if they were going to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Show-wise, yeah.
It'll be an underground type mission, I reckon.
Maybe Elena and Sam can team up and do it.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Cricket can help.
Yeah, I kind of had that feeling that something like that might happen.
Yeah. I mean, I still hope it happens, but I don't know. It looks very dire.
What was the exact thing that Coop said when he walked out of the beach? Because it made me laugh.
Oh, so good. He says, "Am I getting whacked?"
Yes, I love that. It cracked me up. Hey, it was so good.
And he just looks really confused, like not concerned, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like, am I getting whacked? Like, what's happening? Really good.
Yeah. I feel like at the moment he's just not giving it like 2 fucks, which is quite funny to me.
What's he gonna do?
He just had a nice swim. He's pretty chill.
Yeah.
Also, I definitely thought he was like fully naked at one point because when Ash says, "I'm going somewhere with no bugs," I think he said something like, "Well, I definitely don't have any on me."
Yeah.
And you hadn't seen from the waist down yet. So I was like, "He just naked swimming?" And he's like, "There's clearly no way that I could have a bug on me."
Yeah.
I feel like Jon Hamm could like totally just put on a British accent and be James Bond. Does anyone else think that too? Because
100%. Yeah.
Definitely.
He could absolutely do that role.
That'd be cool. That'd be a nice, like, yeah, it would give the part some comedy. I would enjoy that.
Yeah.
I mean, James Bond can be sort of funny, I guess, but I would like him as James Bond.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'll watch.
Exactly. Same. I like Jon Hamm personality or vibe.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Charisma.
He's got Riz.
He just seems like chill.
Yeah, all his characters are like that.
Yeah. And now it's party time. Barney is psyched about the FBI giving them all an out from this shit show before Coop breaks down the beach conversation for him. Briefly interrupted by Delilah being funny when Coop asks if the party they're attending will have drugs. She says, not as many drugs as this party.
Mm-hmm. Which is correct.
Which, yeah, becomes true almost instantly.
Immediately, yes.
Yeah.
I can't believe anybody would ever have this level of sensitive conversation where they can clearly be overheard. Like,
oh, right, at his house.
They're standing 2 feet away from the bartender.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, by people that would care, but also by just random people that would hear this and be like, oh, maybe I can save this information, tuck it in my back pocket for like future,
right.
you know? I can blackmail them, or
These people have like way too much money to give any type of fuck.
Yeah, I do think they just feel so entitled. They probably don't think about it.
Yeah.
But I think that Coop would think about the surveillance. Like this dude is going to have cameras and mics and shit everywhere to catch people and blackmail them and stuff. I would not talk about anything in this house.
well, later, especially with which we haven't gotten to yet, we can talk about them. But like with the Sam thing, because it's like Ash literally walked up to you on the beach and said, "I'm only coming to you in this place because there are no bugs here," meaning my entire house is bugged.
Yes, he announced it. Yeah, exactly.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, insane the things he talks about this weekend. The party's in full swing when Twister is broken out, and then purple cocktails for all the men. The cocktails were very pretty. The vodka they're drinking is $25,000 a bottle, and that's not even the most noteworthy part of this drink. It's also got MDMA. So Barney, hearing that, is the first to chug it. Next, we see them laid out on lounge chairs, Barney and Nick holding hands. And then Crickets showed up. She finds Coop, who is happily surprised to see her, and immediately kisses her.
Weirdly, I just wouldn't be accepting any type of drink from Ash. I don't know. Like, I would just think it was like laced with something or.
That is not weird.
Yeah, nothing weird about that.
That is survival instinct.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you. Stranger danger.
I mean, come on.
Get some bottled water for that house for sure.
Yes. Even if you want to hang out with this dude, don't drink anything he hands you. He's charming and entertaining, but so not trustworthy.
I think I just baseline don't trust charming.
Yeah, fair. Trying to think of the most charming person I know, and if I trust them.
Yeah, I'm like, if you're not a little awkward, I'm immediately skeptical.
Yeah. There are a lot of likable people in my life. I just don't think there's any like overly charming Jon Hamm or
Same.
James Marsden types.
Jon Hamm is charming, but I feel like it's in a nerdy way. Like there's still like an underlying layer of like
There is something, yeah.
Yeah, like I kind of can connect with you.
Yeah.
I feel like you could hang with him and it'd be chill.
Yeah.
Yes, I could hang with him.
He's not gonna lace your cocktail with MDMA. Like
Right. I was surprised they all drank the drink after that. You couldn't see if Coop drank it, but you can tell later when he's making out with everyone he runs into.
I mean, they've come this far.
At this point, I think Barney, especially Barney and Coop, are just like, this is going so bad. Like, who gives a fuck what happens realistically?
I agree. That is 1000% the vibe of both of them at this point.
The whole weekend's been so uncomfortable. It's like, let's just do whatever. It doesn't matter.
It's interesting that Grace is still hanging on the other side. Like, no, fuck you guys. Don't fuck us up,
Yeah.
I like that later.
I really liked her in this episode.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Me too. Tori is also at a high school party, feeling sad, listening to the others talking about the excitement of college coming up. Everybody is getting drunk tonight.
I really liked the editing, actually, in all of those scenes where it was cutting from different people drinking.
Yeah.
It was done really well. It was like one person's raising the drink, the next person's lowering their drink. Like it was very creatively cut together.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. Mel and Allie are drunk. Allie's bitching about how unfair it is, how carefully everyone's watching her exact degree of sadness at all times. So they take it out on Coop. Allie calls him a disaster on the inside, and Mel seems to be trying to chime in and insult him, but instead lists like 25 qualities she loves about him before remembering what she's supposed to be doing and agreeing with Allie that it's all a cover and he's a mess on the inside.
Handsome and good looking, double down that she does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She says it twice, right? Yeah. Well, fair enough. I mean, you kind of fumbled that, but whatever.
I think she knows that. I'm getting the vibe that she knows that.
Oh, she definitely still has like big ass feelings for him, that's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty clear at this point. The Coop bitching sesh is cut short by the scents coming from the neighbor's porta potty, which they put directly up against the property line, of course. And Allie gets to revel in the tales of Mel and the neighbor's dog shit that led to this passive aggression.
They had a really good exchange at the end of the scene where Allie says, "Do you want to know what I think your problem is?" And Mel like kind of shimmies up into her chair higher and like looks at her. It was really good physically the way she did that. And they're both acting tipsy in a very realistic way too, I thought. But then Mel is like, "I really do." And Allie says, "I don't think you're crazy enough." And I was like, honestly, maybe she's right.
She just needs to lean all the way in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. Something's got to change. She's so miserable. Coop and Cricket are taking a midnight stroll, and she's mildly offended when he calls her a friendly acquaintance. Same category he puts him and Ash into. She implies what they are is up to her right before Grace abruptly crashes their romantic party. Grace is pissed. She knows something's up and she's blaming it all on Coop. He almost got her husband killed last season, and this season's shit's getting even shadier, while he could just be working for her dad on the up and up. The impending baby is certainly not helping her unease. She's right, though, and I hope she's successful in shaking some sense into him.
I feel like we have a whole crew of ladies that could help with this. Like, we've got Grace, we've got Cricket. Reluctantly, we might have Sam, and we have Elena.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Please listen to the women.
I don't think they're going to team all of them up, but it sure would be fun if they did.
Yes. I would like Elena to have more people in this world than just Coop, since that's not happening right now.
For sure. Elena and Grace would be a fun team up.
Yeah, duo. She needs to team up with one of the women, I think. Coop finds Sam crying on his way back inside, convinces her his concern is real, and she recaps her outstanding day for him. He responds with humor first as usual, and then he gets more real. I was so glad when he told her he didn't think she should be dating Ash. I was like, good guy. This is a good guy. She can still escape unscathed, even if he maybe can't.
I was too, but then I was like, why are you saying this in a clearly bugged room?
Yeah, in his house.
Be like, you want to go outside on the beach and take a walk? Like, come on, man.
Maybe if we want to like try and think the best of Coop, which is hard after the next part of the scene, but maybe he's saying it so the FBI hears it because he told him it was bugged, and he's like, I'm telling you this because I'm spending time with him, and that's how I know he's not somebody you should be with. I don't think that it's that convoluted.
I like that angle, though.
But yeah, it would be nice. And then I was typing like live as it was happening. It was just like, oh God, are they going to kiss? Please, no. What the fuck? You idiot. They're not even in a proper room in her boyfriend's house.
Hey, babe, do you remember when she framed you for murder?
Exactly my thoughts.
What the fuck, dude? Come on. And it wipes out all the points he gets for being honest with her about not dating Ash, because it makes it look like he's just moving in on her, because that is what he did. It made me so mad. He is on MDMA, which is the only defense I can come up with, but it's still gross and he's an idiot.
I mean, she clearly wanted it, and she did.
Yeah.
I was wondering a little bit, like, if she was manipulating him, because it was so bizarre to me that 2 separate times in this episode, she's in a room doing something and then is, like, surprised by someone approaching the room.
Right.
But, like, when Ash comes up and sees her in the room going through his files and stuff, like, I believed her then, because obviously she doesn't want him to see her snooping around in his stuff. But with Coop in this scene, I was kind of like, is she being manipulative? Like, crying, and then, like, he arrives and she just keeps going because she wants his sympathy? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I can see it in the manipulative way, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Tori is spiraling with a rando on the couch who manages to listen long enough to get her to head upstairs with him when another dude asks her to move her car. I was glad for that interruption in this episode of Interruptions until she backed into another car at the exact wrong time as the cop pulls up.
I have a DUI logistical question because I've never been in this situation before, fortunately.
If I edit that part, I'm just going to cut it after you say DUI. I have a DUI.
I have. Thank you so much. I love you.
Carry on. I got what I needed.
No, but like, if you were just moving your car in someone's driveway, would you get a DUI for that?
I think she backed onto the street, right?
She did, but it was like she was just moving out so that he could move his car out.
Right.
Like, I know that she was on the street, but it was like in a neighbor. I don't know. I felt really bad for her.
A teenager in a house being drunk is going to get charged with whatever it is.
Right, but I would think she would be charged with underage drinking more than she would be charged with a DUI, maybe. But, like, I get it. Obviously, she was on the road.
I think the cop wouldn't believe she's just moving her car. Like, I wouldn't believe that kid saying that. I would assume she's heading home and she's drunk and she shouldn't have been driving.
Yeah. Well, giving her a little bit of credit, she wasn't actually trying to drive away drunk. Right. So that was something, I guess.
But, like, there's so many cars at this place. Ooh, why are all these children driving?
Yeah, true. They filmed it in such a way that you knew something horrible was about to happen. Like, you could just...
Right.
That wasn't what I was expecting, really. But, like, I was thinking, like, is there, like, a hitman out there ready to... Or somebody going to kidnap her or something, like...
Right. I thought it was going to be different as well. Mel and Allie have fully lost it and are risking disgusting porta potty consequences, which then happen. When Mel falls in it, I had to look away. It was so gross. And of course, the neighbors come out and catch her. She gets arrested too. Amazing night. I just cannot imagine trying to push a porta potty over. It's just like the worst idea I've ever heard of.
I thought they were trying to nudge it into the yard. And then Allie
Yeah.
pushed it over, right?
Sorry, I think that's what they're doing. I just can't imagine risking pushing a porta potty over.
Yeah, because like the moment you see them nudging it, you're like, yeah, it's getting pushed over.
Right. It's so
Yeah.
gross. Oh, I can't. It's not worth it. Touching a porta potty.
No.
I mean, like, I'll use a porta potty if I need to, but in any other way, touching a porta potty is disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The only upside is Mel does see Tori in her own cell on her way into jail, which is super fun. And really, how can she even be outraged? Right as Cricket finds Coop and asks him to take her home, Allie is treated to the most entertaining phone call she's probably ever made in her life, and she rolls it out perfectly. First, the Tori arrest. She needs a parent to pick her up, so he inevitably replies exasperatedly, Allie, I'm 3 hours away. Call Mel. Sadly, we don't get treated to a good reaction from him for the rest of the story. Just his, I can't believe this shit face, and a fairly sweet goodbye with Cricket.
Allie is really stepping up as an aunt, though, because the fact that she even tried to handle it herself before she called Coop, like...
Yeah, I love Allie. She's
great.
Yeah.
probably my favorite character.
Yeah, I love Allie too. The actress is great. I feel like, I don't know, I'd like to see her story develop a little bit more.
Yeah, agreed.
From where it is. Like, I can't really see that happening, sadly, just because there's so many characters in this show, but
Right.
I like what we see from her anyway.
Lena Hall, she's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so quirky and likable.
Yes.
She would definitely, like, if I was Tori, she would definitely be the cool aunt I'd want to hang out with all the time, too, so...
Right.
Definitely.
For sure. Grace offers to drive Coop home as she is the only sober person at the party, and he leaves Hunter behind in Ash's care. I'd be surprised if Coop made it this whole ride without being forced to explain what's going on to Grace. But a deer breaks up the drive, another deer moment in the episode, when Grace has to slam on the brakes to avoid a buck. What does it mean? What does it symbolize? Can you tell me? It must symbolize something.
Not good.
Just badness?
Something that's not good.
Yes.
I don't know, I was just thinking again about the... Well, yeah, no, I don't have it. Proceed.
I know, that's how...
There's obviously some type of symbolism in it, just because we saw it earlier, you know, the deer getting shot.
But you also had Ash saying it causes a bunch of wrecks.
Exactly.
So it's like, are we supposed to think that Ash is right? Like, we're not.
It is true.
That would be crazy.
It is true, though. I Googled if you can kill, because I didn't know if you could even kill deer in the Hamptons, and it said that they are a nuisance for that reason.
Yeah, I mean, we have deer a lot in our neighborhood, and it's definitely a little scary at night. Like, you have to drive slow and look out for it, and they're in our yard. And
Right.
But, like...
You have deer, and we have kangaroos.
Do they actually pop out in the road?
Yes, they get hit all the time.
Oh.
It's so sad.
That was really sad.
Yeah.
I love kangaroos, but also, like, the really muscular, like...
Oh, they're beefy as fuck, man. They can knock you out.
They look terrifying, but I also love them. They're very cute.
They're not really friends, but they're like, you know, they're like a polar bear where you want to pat them.
Right.
But, like, the polar bear will kill you.
Not a good idea. Yeah.
But it's probably not.
If not friend, why friend-shaped?
Oh my god, yes. That's what I was trying to think of, Aubrey. Thank you.
What is that from?
Exactly.
It's like a meme or something. I don't know.
Yes, I love that so much. But knowing me, I'd just like stick my hand out and then get killed. So
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
That is the best quote.
Kimberly, they are like big kangaroos or smaller ones?
The ones I typically see are like smaller. They're not like super ripped up like on steroids, you know?
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
Kimberly, do you see them just like vibing around town?
Yeah, sometimes like usually they come out like early in the morning or like before sunset, you know, and they're just kind of like grazing like in parks and stuff, and then driving at night, like sometimes you've got to be careful because you'll just see them like randomly just like chewing on some grass like on the side of the road, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't know what you mean, but that's so cool.
It does sound like a similar thing to deer, though, because they do tend to be more like dawn and dusk animals. And so, yeah.
Yeah.
We have cows here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wild cows.
Not wild, but you know, like in some routes, there are like farmers and they don't have a fence. Like
they'll just be chilling.
They don't have a fence, a big fence for cows, just 2 wires, and that's not enough for some cows.
The cow just bashes through the fence.
Yeah.
Get a better fence, guys.
Yes.
My father-in-law hit one
when
Sebastian was young, and it was a night,
in a very lonely route, and hit it, and like the cow ended up in the roof of the car.
Oh, fuck.
Like the car was destroyed after that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It was like
Yeah.
big accident.
Yeah. They're hefty, man.
They could have died. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Grace's baby is okay?
Yeah, I hope so. That would be sad if it wasn't.
Yeah.
She did kind of like clutch her stomach for a second, like she was thinking about it, but
Right.
they didn't actually hit anything. Like I think it was just a sudden stop.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get there safely though, and Coop's leading his wife and daughter out of jail in similarly colored outfits, only because Mel still has the blue porta potty juice all over her.
Yeah. I thought the exact same thing. Like, yeah.
It's so funny.
It's a great costuming choice. I liked it. Coop's watching Harvey tonight, another movie that I know because it's super famous. While his dad, his own imaginary being, stares at him full of judgment.
Good job, Kate.
It's like the only one. I don't know. We watched his movies as kids. When he takes the trash out later, there's a car waiting outside, peels out and swerves to scare him, and then drives off. Something's gotta change here.
Yeah.
I feel like his dad's judgment as much as anything. Seeing this all through like his dad's eyes, which is obviously something his brain is just doing to him, it's gotta be enough to make him go to the FBI or something.
I just hope that this does like stir him into action, I guess, and then the next 3 episodes are just like action packed, full of like them trying to like take down Ash or something along those lines.
Car chases, people getting shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
I actually think now there will be that the last heist will be like breaking into his house to like find information against him to turn him to the FBI.
Oh, good call.
Yeah. Well, also they have Sam now too, which is what I thought. Like, they won't essentially like have to break in per se, but like she could totally just open the door. You know what I mean? Or like at least figure out like the camera situation.
Turn off the cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, good call.
Give them some codes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they need a lot of money also to give to Elena.
I feel like it wasn't that much money because I keep being
No,
like,
it's not. It's $50K.
y'all just give her the freaking money.
Yes,
like one of
right.
y'all has that.
But that money, I would assume, will quickly turn into $100K next week and 100. I don't know. Just those
Right.
people tend to
Yeah, true.
deal in insane interests, and then you can't repay it.
Like
Yeah.
Coop could literally just sell like a couple of items to go up with that. I feel like he could.
For
You
sure.
could probably just sell a pair of shoes and be like, here you go, mate.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Steal a bottle of Ash's freaking vodka and he's halfway there.
2 bottles,
Yeah.
you're done. All you have to do is steal 2 bottles. Good call.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope Elena and Coop end up cool, or at least Elena. It's okay.
I need one whole episode of them hanging out and stealing shit.
I know.
Just one before we end the season.
Same.
Or at least investigating, getting up to something together, having an adventure together.
Yeah,
Agreed.
definitely.
All right, I guess that's a wrap on our discussion of season 2, episode 7. Come back next week for episode 8. Thanks for listening.
Bye.